Perhaps you've told yourself, I need to forgive. I really want to move on. But if you're being honest, you don't feel ready. And a part of you might not even want to. Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to When Inside Isn't Enough, where we go beyond understanding our patterns and into what actually changes them. And today I want to talk about something that I see with clients all the time. It's wanting to forgive, but feeling completely stuck. I hear things like, I know I should forgive them. I don't want to carry this anymore. I really just want to move on. But underneath that, there's still anger, hurt, resentment, sometimes even a sense of injustice. And so they try to think their way into forgiveness, but it's just a huge struggle. Because although I see forgiveness as a decision that we make, it can be hard when we're only trying to think our way into it. It's actually something that becomes more available when the emotional charge underneath has actually shifted. And this part is really important when we hold on to that hurt, that anger, that resentment. We often think on some level that we're somehow holding the other person accountable, like it should mean something. But it doesn't work like that. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. It doesn't actually punish them, it just hurts you. And it can show up as overthinking, emotional reactivity, tension in the body, difficulty trusting, negative relationship patterns. And that pressure doesn't just sit there quietly, it can leak into how we show up everywhere. So if you've been struggling to forgive, you're not broken, you're not doing it wrong, it's just that there's something there that hasn't been processed yet. And this is where I talk about what I call internal pressure. When something happens, especially in relationships, and perhaps it's not just the event itself, it's what you made it mean about you, what you felt, but you couldn't fully process at the time, and what your nervous system stored as unsafe. And that just doesn't disappear just because you decide to forgive. And here's where I want to add something important. Forgiveness, it is a choice, but not in the sense that you suddenly feel it, but in the sense that you can decide, I am no longer available to stay stuck in this. I am willing to begin the process of letting this go. And that decision matters. And this is another aspect that people don't talk about enough. Forgiveness isn't always just in one moment, it can actually come in layers. You might feel like you've forgiven someone, and then something comes up again. Now, that doesn't mean that you failed, it just means that there's another layer ready to be released. And there's another piece to this, and often this piece is even harder, and that's forgiving ourselves. Because a lot of the time, the person that we're actually holding so much against is us. It's ourselves for something we did or didn't do, a decision we made, something we said, perhaps something we stayed in for too long. And there can be this ongoing pattern of punishing ourselves, replaying it, going over it again and again and saying, I should have known better. Why did I do that? How did I let this happen? But here's something that I often say to clients. You're looking at your past self through the lens of who you are now. That rear view mirror gives you 2020 vision, but at the time, you didn't have the same awareness, the same tools, the same support, the same version of you that you are today. You made the best decision that you could from the level of understanding and capacity that you had. And sometimes it's really powerful to connect with that younger version of you, not from a place of judgment, but from a place of compassion and understanding. What were they feeling? What were they needing? What were they trying to cope with or to protect themselves from? Because when you see it from that place, something softens. And I invite you to just reflect for a moment if you've been metaphorically hitting yourself over the head with something from your past. What is that actually doing to you now? Is it helping you grow? Or is it keeping you stuck? And just imagine how it would feel to actually be free from that, to not carry that weight anymore, to not replay it, to not define yourself by it. How differently would you show up? Because forgiveness isn't about saying what I did was okay. It's about saying I'm no longer going to keep punishing myself for it. So instead of forcing forgiveness, just stop stop trying to feel ready first. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to be willing. Make the decision. Say I'm open to moving towards forgiveness even if I'm not there yet. And if this resonates, ask for support beyond you. Ask for help, whether that's God or the divine, something bigger than you. You don't have to carry this all on your own. And ask for help and saying, I'm willing to release this. Please help me. I've seen this be incredibly powerful for people. Also, process what's actually there, feel it, allow yourself to really feel it, and allow it to move and separate what happened from what you're making it mean, because often it's the meaning that keeps you stuck. So sometimes it's simple as saying to yourself, I have chosen to let this go. I have chosen to forgive. I'm free from the past. I'm not playing that old story anymore. So forgiveness isn't something you force. It's something that becomes possible when what's underneath it has been worked through. If this resonates with you, if you're ready to go deeper into this work, this is exactly the kind of work that I do with clients.